there. It's December the 15th, which means, of course, it's Advent tile number 15. And we're sort of finishing off a corner today. It's almost like putting these puzzle pieces in. We did got the bottom corner on the bottom right there done, and now it's top left. So we've got a few things that we need to connect today. So I know there's one in particular that we sort of looked at here, and you think, oh, it's not going to work, but that doesn't matter. All I'm going to do is join it, and then looking at the sort of the lines here, I'm going to choose one of them. It really doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just going to turn it around. Let's go a little bit. That's it. And I'm going to choose these lines. It's sort of the most dominant, so I'm going to just follow those over. No, it doesn't matter if they don't completely match. Everything's going to work around it, so it's all going to fade in. So there we go. I'm going to put a few that side as well, just so that works in. There we go. So yeah, that's maybe going a little bit darker with those. Once that's shaded or coloured, it's going to all be part of the same design. There we go. Okay, so working on the next bits then. Oh, morning everybody. Lovely to see you this morning. See, from one to the other. And then I'm going to continue these sort of triangle shapes. Now I'm going to try and fit it in if I can. See, I know this one's coming this way. And there we go. I'm going to fill the space up with the next one. Okay. So again, I'm just going to add these little curves either side of this zigzag line. So each one's a little bit smaller. Don't go too wide with these. There we go. See, that one just fits in there. And then work it along the bottom line and the same along the top. And again, if you're getting really small there, just add a little bit in. It's not necessary to be exactly accurate with those. They're so tiny. And of course, little bubbles. Oh, hi everybody. It's lovely that you're joining me. Thank you. It's was it a little bit earlier today? But I did say I'd do it when I can, so I thought we'd start the day off with doing this one before a cup of tea. There we are. So, see, I'm just filling in the gaps around those bubbles where I can. And of course, they're going to get so small, you're not going to see them. So that's absolutely fine there. So let's have a look at the next one. We've got another curve here. So I'm just going to work it from one side to the next to join that off. And then, of course, oh, Joanne, I wish I was. Gonna just space it out and put 3 lines in. And then there's a row of bubbles just underneath that one there. And then another row, 3. And then putting those in there. And then another row of 3. And they're just sort of crossing the tile now. And then another. And the little dots. And I'm just going to get the last one in. All right. So we see we've got this sort of wavy line going around. So I'm going to continue that. And if you feel that you're more comfortable doing this way, but being that I'm going up bank, I'm going to do it that way. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you're comfortable with, I just want it to sort of fit in. See, just a little line, almost like sort of a mini letter S. And then I'm going to come back in and just add some filled in bubbles. They don't have to be the same, just adding a couple in. Maybe just even one on that one. Okay. So there's that bit done. So we've got this one here that it's sort of going on, but there's nothing for it to connect to within this one. So what I'm going to do is connect it to about, I don't know, I'm going to turn it round, I think. connect it to sort of wherever it leads. So if I follow that round as a curve, it's going to go in and into that one there. So that's absolutely fine. It's going to end. It has to end somewhere. And then remember these little flowers that we did? Little dot in the middle, and then little loops all the way round. Just sort of think about, you know, changing the size here and there. Just sort of not think about a pattern too much. And here we go. I'm just going to add some little dots in there. Okay, that was easy, wasn't it? That's that one done. Okay. So we've got this here, look. I'm just going to finish this little loop off there. And you see we've got the dots going all the way around, so I'll continue that all the way around. And those lines there, will just sort of work those in. Okay. So what's going on here then? Let's have another one to finish there. I'm just going to bring that in a bit, put a little loop on. A little loop either side. There we are. So this one here, let's go from here to the top there. It's going to create a curve there. And then I'm going to just do an aura of that line on the outside. Okay. So that's because I was not got my pen up right. There we are. It's awkward having your pen upright when you've got a camera above it. But there we go. Okay. So I'm going to start back here. And I'm going to create a loop this way. And then same again. Loop this way. A loop this way. Get 3 in. If you can get more in, it's fine. Same this way. 1. And another one. There we go. And then I'm just going to turn it round again. There we go. And these lines now, I'm just going to bring them in onto this tile from that one. And just sort of fill in that gap there. Okay, so I'm going to do that one as well there. Just sort of work that up. And then just this one here. Just until we get to that line. And I'm just going to come in with a slightly thicker pen. And I'm just going to fill in those with ink. There you go, saves my fine nib. Filling something in like that. And then I've just got a bit here. I'm just going to bring that in and fill that too. There we go. So back to my thinner pen. I'll get that round again. And we only see how things are all connected now, but we've got this space here to create something a little bit different on. So we can let's bring this area sort of round in this section here, just to sort of close that off there. And then I'm just going to continue. I might come back in with my thick pen in a minute and do that. Get a bit smaller. And then a little aura around those shapes. Just one there, a little one there. Oh, but it is, isn't it? It's lovely to start with something really small because it's not overwhelming. It's just a shape, and you don't have to worry about whether it's going to work or not, or what picture it's going to make, because as I said from the beginning, it's an abstract piece, but hopefully it's giving you a little bit confidence to maybe go a little bit bigger and try something else. You can take any image, I suppose, and split it up into tiles, and then see where it leads. There we go. I'm just going to split that space into 2. Okay, so let's go a bit bigger. This section here, just going to fill it with oval shapes. See, they're not too small. We're sort of going to go all in different directions, just to sort of fill in those gaps. And just sort of work your way down. See that one? I'm going to make sure that they're finished because they're on the end now, so there's nowhere else for them to go. So just sort of filling in the space where I can. Again, not too small. There we are, just going down to this bottom edge and get one in there, look. Doesn't matter which way they go. Okay. And then I'm going to put a little oval in the middle of each. Okay, I'm just going to turn it around so I can show each what I'm doing. There you go. Alright, just sort of little ovals. There we are. And slightly bigger one there, but that's fine. And around we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a cross, like a hot cross bun, isn't it? But then fill in the gaps, whether it's 2 or 3 lines, it really doesn't matter. You're just going to fill them in. Okay, that one looks a bit rough, bless him, but that's okay. Or you can just follow it round if you're comfortable with that, if you want to do it that way. Whatever works, whether you go in towards the hole, whether you come out towards the end, it really doesn't matter. It's just about adding a little bit of detail onto them. See, just round you go. Just sort of work on each one at a time. Don't think about the last one or the next, just work on that one. And, okay, that's a larger one, isn't it, there? I like to do a mixture actually. I like to start going from the end into the middle and then going from the middle out. So I work around the other side. Don't know why. Just do. Okay, so that's that one. I'll just work my way around. See, just little bits. Same with this one. Just try and make the lines sort of touch both sides if you can. Just take your time with it. Well, I did come in this morning and I thought that I'd left the lights on in the classroom. But I hadn't. The sun was so bright as it was shining through. It's still not got the lights on actually. It's still shining through. It's lovely. Bit crisp and cold, but lovely. Okay, there you are. So I'm just going to fill any gaps with bubbles now. I mean, of course, if you can fit in a few more oval shapes, then go ahead and do that. But I don't think I can. I think they're going to be a little bit too small if I try and fill any more in. There we go. I'm just going to turn it around again. There we are. Where was I? There you are. Oh, maybe one there, look. Just sort of work that round. So, you know, you can go back and add them in. If you find there's a little bit of space, it's absolutely fine. And just sort of fill in the gaps. There we go. And just sort of take my time. There we go. And a few larger bubbles there. Oh, that's fine. and along that little bit. It's amazing, isn't it? You could actually, you know, bring these back out if you had a bit of colour. But how they've sort of disappeared a little bit now into the ethos of all those bubbles. Okay, so there's the tile. Let's have a look at it so far. It's nice, isn't it, that one? It's a nice design. So this one then, I'm just going to come in. Now, I'm sure you know, maybe you know this tangle, but let's just show you anyway. Little two lines together. A little curve over the top. Let's go a little bit bigger if I can. There you go. And then I'm going to put a bubble all the way around it. Touch there. So let's do another. See the lines? A little curve over the top. And then a bubble around it. Let's do again. You see how they're just sort of springing up in and around each other. Let's have a few more. Sort of all sitting on top of each other, all mixed in. Let's do one a little bit longer there. Round we go. Maybe another one coming out here. They can be curved lines, they can be straight lines. Okay, that's another one. And around. And then maybe another. And around. Ooh, bit of a level there. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Now you can completely fill this space if you like, but I think today I'm just gonna put a few in, and then again just some bubbles. Or again, you can fill the spaces you've got there with ink, or you can do a combination. But as I get further up, I'm gonna sort of put a few less bubbles in. See, just sort of a few as they're starting to sort of come up through those little weeds and break free there. There we are. Okay, so there we are. That is our tile for the day, number 15. Let's have a look at it in sort of context. There we go. So you can see I've got these lovely sort of swirling designs. This one's now worked its way in here completely. We've got these ones now that have sort of run their course. We've got the final sort of corner in. So let's have a look at this with the shaded version. It's a little bit different this morning. You see here, I've actually got the same designs in, but where we've got this shape that we continued it here, I've sort of left it there, but it's entirely fine. I can come back in and add it if I want to, or leave it like that. So that's our shaded version. So you see I've done it on a black tile today with a white pen. So there we go. And there is the actual tile itself. So, okay, number 15, all done and sorted. And if you're around this afternoon for tile number 199 full size as regular at 2 o'clock, then that'd be lovely. I'm going to be using a tiny tile just to give me some dimensions as well. So if you're around, you want to work with me today, then regular tile, I'm probably going to ink it, and then a tiny tile as well, just to help me give it a bit of structure in some way. I won't tell you anymore because it'll spoil it. So, all right, other than that, I'll see you tomorrow for tile number 16, which is going to sit right there. So we're going to have all the sections starting to come together. So have a bit of fun with it, and see you this afternoon, or I'll speak to you tomorrow morning. Well, hopefully tomorrow morning. That's my plan. So, all right, take care, everybody, and have a good day. Bye.